Hey guys, from the Hollers and Hills of West Virginia, it's Heavenly Hills Homestead with a new episode. Stay tuned. So we're making the greenhouse and we got two boards that are bad warped. See, that's flush on that right there. You can see it. See it there? Now look at this. That's how bad that'll whack that joker is. I mean, it's that bad warp. Now look at that one laying over there. It's laying flat and then turns up at the end like a daggone ski. I mean, good grief. That is ridiculous. Lowe's delivered these. Lowe's, that's a horrible job. How's anybody supposed to build anything, especially with the price of lumber that it is now, and y'all sending us this crap? Pitiful, Lowe's. Absolutely pitiful.
You don't want me to back or can't run that?
In a minute, just a second. All right, guys. So it's Ryan here from Heavenly Hills Homestead, and that's the cellar. Got to paint it. Boy, when we moved here, it was in rough shape. Had to put a new roof on it and everything, but that's another video for another time. Anyhow, this is the framework of our 12 by 14 greenhouse. So as you can see, we're 12 foot long, 14 foot wide. Yes, it will need leveled up. All right, this is probably one of the levelest spots in the yard, but it's going to need leveled up a little bit. But anyhow, we had, as you've seen in the videos, earlier in the video rather, the warping of the boards from Lowe's was crazy. So this is one of them, and we did suck it down finally. But I mean, it was sticking way up. We tried to clamp it and everything. It didn't work. We eventually got a long enough drill, went through, got it, and then went through with that drill with the self-tapping screw, and got it all the way through. And then we ended up having a problem here with this board, and as you can see, it's still lifted up. And I broke, like right there, you can see I broke two self-tapping screws out after I had pre-drilled the holes. Okay, and I pre-drilled them pretty decent size, you know, to where only the thread was going to be cutting through for a self-tapping screw. Okay, and it still broke off. And but that's as close as I could draw it down right there, as you can see. And that's what I did up top. The boards was just that bad warped. This is the one that was like a ski right there. And this is that other one. I mean, you can see the hump right there in that one. See how bad that is? Just horrible. Lowe's shouldn't be selling wood at the prices they're selling them at the wood. You shouldn't be getting wood like that delivered to your house for what we paid for these boards. These are 12 footers, and the price that we paid for them is ridiculous compared to what we would have paid, you know, a year and a half ago for a 12-foot board. And for them to deliver that to the house, they ought to be ashamed of themselves. You know, that's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I pay that kind of money for that board. It should be pressure treated and straight as an arrow. Okay. But anyhow, back to this. So we've got it all put together, and as far as the framework goes, now what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to come in between here. We're going to measure, you know, from here to here, and we're going to take those furring strips down there, right there. We're going to take those furring strips, and we're going to cut them to fit in between there, and we're going to screw them down, and then we're going to go in between each one of them 2x4s and put those furring strips down. And that way I'll have a place to staple all the way around. So I'll be able to staple to the sides, and I'll be able to staple to the frame, and get a good seal on this greenhouse. And then what we're probably going to do, we're probably going to put it up closer to the back of the cellar here, and then level up the front, and then we'll put the plastic on, and call it good. I'll have one door on it, and it'll be right here. But I want y'all to look how spacious a 12 by 14 is. I mean, you know, people, you know, 12 by 14 don't sound very big, but I mean, this is really I mean, it's really nice. I mean, you can get a lot of stuff in here. I can fit several plants in here. It'll be good for the winter time. This is on the south facing side. Okay, we're south facing right here, and there's west right there. So I mean, we are good to go on this spot for complete year-round gardening in this little small greenhouse. And eventually I want to get another one, and we'll actually buy it probably, and we'll set it like right here, you know, probably a long ways this way. So anyhow, that's a different time, a different video, but that's what I'd like to end up doing. Get me like a 20-footer set in there, like a 10 by 20. So anyhow, what are y'all doing? What's the matter? Huh? I'm telling y'all, they get on a trampoline. you know, the kids, they get on a trampoline, they jump around, they don't pay no attention to one another. Anyhow, so there's the frame for it for now, and we'll show you more tomorrow on it. Got any questions on how it's done? It's really simple. You know, we get self-tapping screws. We drill the hole, we pre-drill it, then we put our self-tapping screws in, and these are long self-tapping screws, like 2 inches, or no, they're longer, they're probably 3-inch long self-tapping screws. Anyhow, they go in pretty good, and I mean, it sturdied it up quite a bit. The other thing that we're going to be doing tomorrow, Lord willing, is we'll pre-drill some holes in the bottom of this, and we will put anchors in the bottom, through the bottom. We'll anchor it to the ground, okay? Because like I said, this gets a lot of wind, and I don't want it blowing away. I don't think it will if I set it up against there and do what I need to do to it, but you don't want to take that chance, so I'm going to anchor it to the ground. I'm going to be drilling like right through here at an angle, and then once I get through, then I'll drive my my rebar through it and stuff. So stay tuned for that as well. Got any questions on how this is done? Just ask. You know, I'd be more than happy to tell you. But look, guys, people give away old trampoline frames all the time. Old, okay? They got these old trampoline frames laying around, or whole trampolines. They want rid of them. They want them gone. You can get they come in 10s, 12s, 14s, and I think a 16, I believe, is one. You can get these frames for free a lot of times. They just want them out of their yard. They just want somebody to come pick them up. Go pick up your frames for free, okay? Bring them home. Decide your length of your 2x4s that you want it, however long you want the greenhouse, and buy your boards, put them on, okay? And I mean, it really does help on the cost. I believe I've got, I think these boards was, what are they, like $9.33 a piece? $9.33 a piece for the, was that for the 12-footers? 12-footers was $9.33? I don't remember. Anyhow, it was like $9.33 or maybe a little more. I can't remember. Anyhow, you buy your 2x4s. I put 7 on this one, and then I got $80 in the plastic for the greenhouse, a 25 by 40. And you know, I've already got the furring strips over. Furring strips aren't expensive. I bought some last year even after lumber went up, and still was able to. Come here, Kara. Come on, honey. There's a bee in there. Well, it's probably old bee. I don't think there's any bee in that yet, because all the bees is dead right now. But anyhow, there's the geese coming off of the lake. Anyways, the cost of it is really next to nothing for a good greenhouse once you get the frame for the from the trampoline. So I'm gonna go on ahead and end this video here. I appreciate you watching. Lord willing, we'll be on tomorrow, and we'll carry on with our building of the greenhouse, and I'll show you the next steps. See you tomorrow.